Mr. McMahon, I wrote him many, many letters, if he would please co-sponsor the bill to audit the Federal Reserve and find out what kind of shenanigans are going on over there. Right now, as it stands, the Federal Reserve Act of 1914 does not require them to submit to a congressional audit. I thought it was our dollar. So I wonder if Mr. Grimm would dedicate or commit to auditing the Federal Reserve, supporting legislation, and hopefully carrying it home so we can see what's going on behind the curtain.
Yes. Unequivocally, yes. But if we're auditing the Federal Reserve, and I won't have the authority to do this, but maybe Lou Tobacco can, when we get rid of Shelley Silver, if we ever get rid of Shelley Silver, we need to audit the MTA also. Seriously. I do agree that we should have audits, but the MTA is a black hole. Let's be honest. What goes in never comes out. The amount of money that we put into the MTA and we keep getting less and less and less is just appalling, and I can't talk about audits. I'm sorry, I know the question, which I said yesterday, but I cannot talk about audits without mentioning the MTA. I really do believe that there is a trap door that they send our money in, and it's just like Star Wars or something, it's all floating around the atmosphere. Because what do they do with all that money? Why are so many people at the MTA worried about their jobs right now? Because there's not enough money to even pay those to run our trains and drive our buses. It's amazing. I think if we stop spending so much money on Harvard consultants for millions of dollars a year and let those that actually, the engineers and those that do the work every single day, figure out the problems that we need to deal with, that maybe we'd have a little more money for the actual services that we're paying in for. Because as of right now, I don't think we're getting the bang for our buck from the Federal Reserve, or from the MTA, or for a lot of the agencies that are running the city into the ground. So yes, I would audit the Federal Reserve.
Great. Mr. Vendittelli, you have 2 minutes to reboot if possible, if desired.
Yeah, the MTA is actually horrendous. Good point, Mike. We were talking about that in the libertarian circle, and it used to be privately owned. I don't know if anyone remembers this. The companies that owned parts of the system wanted to raise the fare from 5 to 7 cents. The government said no. They took it over instead, and then they raised the fare to 7 cents. And now we have the tail, I would say it's the tail of every time government gets involved in anything, because it's not their money. When you go home, you spend your money appropriately. When you have a business, you spend your money reasonably. Government doesn't care because it's not their money. I think Mike would agree with probably every word of that. Okay, good. On the same page, mostly. I would also like to rebut the point about the free market system, if I can, with the rest of the time. Everything that is able to be accomplished and has been accomplished by so many people, including my family, your family, it's in spite of the Federal Reserve, and it's in spite of the regulations that we have, because we still were one of the freest countries, so we were able to enjoy the blessings of what little liberty we had compared to what the Federal Reserve has the hold on our economy. But imagine if we had control of our own dollar. There was a time when money raised its value over time. The money didn't always inflate and you lost the value of your dollar over time. You actually used to gain the value of your dollar over time as more goods were produced in society for the same amount of dollars. Your dollar could buy more. So if you saved hard your whole life and retired on a savings account, you could just live off that, because you could rest assured that your money will be worth more. Now you have to have smart investments in place to even beat inflation. No one should have to play the stock game just so they don't have their savings account robbed.
Okay, thank you for that. Now we have closing remarks.